with the flower guide today, and today is a touchy subject. Are we quitting YouTube? Well, we have taken quite a bit of time off, as you could see, and it's been taking a toll on us. I and my wife and I should say, have made some big decisions in the past couple of months that have transitioned into other big decisions. And here it is. Not too long ago, we bought a refrigerated box truck, 16 foot, almost brand new, only had 80,000 miles on it. We definitely put ourselves in a bind. And by we, I'm talking about me. We really put ourselves in a bind when it came to actually buying the box truck. You know, with the flower farm being here, just here's a good example of an update. With the flower farm being here, I wanted to go way too big, too fast in flowers. And that literally made us crash. It didn't necessarily physically make us crash, but mentally it made me crash. I didn't have time for YouTube. I didn't want to put in the effort or the mentality, or didn't even have the thought for YouTube. And you know, we were planting, we were putting up, trying to sow a ton of different types of flowers, and truth be known, a lot of them failed because I was trying to do too much at one time. Now these look great now, you know, I can give you some updates about how our flowers are going, but they're starting to look really well. I've already cut a couple of times here in the hoop house, and then we also have flowers at home. But we're having a huge problem. If you look right over here, they're starting to turn brown on us. The leaves are starting to die. They are budding a little bit. I don't think it's a pest problem. I think it's more so like some sort of bacteria or virus problem. And I apologize if the fans are a little loud. We have one in the corner shooting up to allow air to go through the top of it. And then we have like an exhaust fan here at the end. But let me show you this real quick. Look how terrible these look. I'm gonna switch the camera around. Sorry guys. But look at this. It's been a nightmare in here, really. We've had aphids. Look, here's another one. I'm just gonna show you. Here's the problems that I'm having. They're starting to die. Too much moisture in there. It's been a nightmare trying to figure these out. And then the next one looks great. I just cut a bucket worth of flowers, which I'll show you here in a minute. But so that's what we have going on. We have too much moisture. It's got heavy soil. That's what I was worried about months ago when I was redoing the soil, the pots. They're plastic bags. They're either 5 or 7 gallons. Some might be 3 gallons, but most of them in here are like a 5-gallon pot. You can see over there. Those are doing really well. And I should have added more perlite. I should have added quite a bit more different types of amendments, really, for a more fluffier soil like peat moss, but I just went heavy straight soil. But you can see here, look, I'm having a bloom there. That right there is called Wizard of Oz. I have another one over here, Wizard of Oz. But you can start to see here as well, because of the moisture levels in here at nighttime, because I tried to overhead water, which I knew I shouldn't have, but I was trying to cool this place down because it was like 140 degrees in here. Now they're starting to get powdery mildew. So to go back to what I was saying, we've had powdery mildew, we've had aphids, we've had stem rot. I had a lot of stem rot in here because I was trying to cool them down as well. And somehow, some way, we've made it. If it weren't for the experience that we've had prior to going into this hoop house, this year we would have lost every plant, I'd say. At this point right now, we've probably lost 15 in here. And I believe there's 600 in here at the moment. So that's one big dilemma we've been facing. Just the trials of the risk management in here. Hey, and if you like this, please leave a thumbs up for us or a like, because that's what supports the channel. But let me get back to what I was saying. We're gonna have white over here. White over here. We're having Joey Morella on this row right here, coming out through here. That's more of like a ball burgundy color. And then we have our Wizard of Oz coming, you know, down the middle aisle. Over on the other side, we have our Cornells. We have Cornell, which is a red color. Then we have Cornell Bronze at the end, which is a orange. And both of those are balls. And the ball type of dahlia holds up super well, like in the heat and things like that. Then we have over here, let me get the camera up here. We have over here called Senior's Hope, this entire row is. It looks a little short for this season, but I'm working on propagating and trying to break out side shoots so that we have taller blooms, like this one, for instance. That's pretty tall, but it's a very short variety at the moment, and hopefully it doesn't stay that way. But let me show you something else. Here are some of the cuts that we just got. Now it's, what time is it? About 9 o'clock this morning. And I'll be taking those over to a local deli or a breakfast place. They usually take them from me, and they give me free breakfast throughout the week. So that's pretty cool. You should always learn to be doing those trades, I guess. I do that at the gas station as well. I'll take it to a lady at the gas station and over at the deli. And so I get free food, free snacks and things like that when I'm out. The truck problem, let me go back to that. We bought a 2012 NPR and it did not work out, not at all. It was going to cost us almost $10,000. I'm sorry, I'm reading here. Well, thank you, I appreciate it, Sarah. It was gonna cost us almost $10,000 a month to run the truck. Now, I done some of the math for that, but just theoretically speaking, here, if it was going to cost us $10,000 to run the truck a month, right now stems wholesale from a farmer to the wholesaler are going for $1.25, between $1 and $1.25 depending on where you live. Stems that are going from a farmer to the florist right now of a dahlia is going for like $1.80 to $2.50 depending on where you live. So that gives you kind of an idea of how much that's really in here. My guess on everything in this hoop house this year was probably $800 to $1,200, and I was trying to put automations through. Listen, I'm telling you, when I'm telling you I lost all motivation, I didn't even hook up my water lines in here. I've got water lines laying here for automatic drip irrigation. I didn't even hook them up. I have the bags in here. For a time, I was ready to throw in the towel and just quit. And I hate to say this from me, but I told my wife, I said, I'll just leave it right where it's at. I was so fed up with just the flowers. I was ready to be done. We're in a financial bind. And that leads me to talk about some of the support that we've gotten. You know, some of our viewers on here, and you know who you are, sending us plants, sending us donations, sending us love, basically, and just these little treasures. Like, there was a lady, and I'm just going to use your first name, Jennifer. She sent us bookmarks that she had made, which was amazing. That was addressed to my wife, and she loved it, and it just brought the morale up of our family, really. It was amazing. So, and then we gave them away to a couple of people that we knew were going to use them. And then we just got lavender plants in from one of our famous viewers, Frank. And Frank knows what I'm talking about. And then just so much love and support from all of the people around the globe, just sending us things that we needed at the time. And we really appreciate that. It got us through, honestly, to tell you the truth. And then I've been working on propagating sedum, which is a really easy thing to do. It's lacking in its area. It's not very clean. But this is Autumn Joy sedum. I'd love to learn how to ship these. Who's ready for the trial of me shipping these? Put it in the comments below if you're interested in these. They're Autumn Joy sedum. They'll be turning, let's see. Yeah. I guess for me it was laziness of why I didn't hook it up. But then I've got all these tomato plants over here that's doing really well that we just started not too long ago. They've already got tomatoes on them, and I need to string them up. Honestly, laziness. I don't know if it's laziness or I haven't had time really. So here's some tomatoes, and I got celosia over there. I was trying to propagate some new stuff, and then this whole entire row, but this row is causing a lot of problems too, or it has a lot of problems. Hopefully we can get the extension office to come out here soon. And if you guys don't know that, in your local area, if you'll call the extension office where you reside, and that you can tell them or show them that you are a farmer, they will come out to your farm and inspect the soil. They'll talk with you, they'll walk things through, about some of the pest problems that you may be having, some of the soil contamination problems that you may be having. So make sure that you check out your local extension office. I was looking out the door. Then there was a lady who gave us this. We have been trying to use it. It is a tower garden, which is really cool. The tower garden is all hydroponic, and we didn't have any little cups. So what we done, we just started these not too long ago. We've got some lettuce and things. But look, we used solo cups. That's all we did. And it's just in rock wool, which I really didn't want to use rock wool, because what rock wool is heated up rock and then turned into fibers. Let's see. So there you go, just like that. Which is really cool. It only cuts on every 20 minutes or something, keeps them moist, and you can hold 22 plants in it. I think it's like $600 or something. And the lady contacted my wife and gave it to us. Then we have, if it's a little loud here, to save electricity, we have these temperature meters that just cut on and off at nighttime, because we don't want the big fans running all night long. So we have these just laying around with temperature probes on them. I think they're like $15, and they're amazing. They cut off at like 80 degrees, and so it's not running all the time constantly. And every time I come in, I can see my my humidity and temperature. I did not have enough shade cloth this year. So I have a big piece of shade cloth that's about right in the middle, that's prime time for when everything's coming out. And then, believe it or not, this one looks a little dumpy in here, I guess. But the reason and how I got that was off of a dump truck. And you can actually get dump truck mesh. That's another thing that I would tell you, because this is really thick dump truck mesh, and it's also cheaper than the actual shade cloth. So that's another thing. But the family is doing well. We also have plants out on the hill that I need to get out and show you. They're doing much better than the hoop house, way better. We were foraging for, and here's another kicker. This isn't to, I seen somebody put it in the comments there. I know it is some sort of excuses, and I just lost my morale for what I was actually doing here. And to answer your question, we're not quitting YouTube at all. It's been just a rest period. I've had a lot going on, as many as you guys. There's been a lot going on with the family, with the business. Oops, sorry, I knocked you guys on a T-post. But I've also put in T-post in, applied the T-post in here. I've got my strings up, and I'll do a video on that for you guys of how I support the dahlias. But we lost a lot of business this year. And the expectation was with the box truck, refrigerated box truck, was that, we're going to be able to use it for so many abilities to go get shipping items and transporting all kinds of things. But the real facts is that we lost one of the biggest contracts we had with a standing order of almost, it was between $500 to $1,000 a week just on foraging for greenery. And if you guys have been following for quite some time, it's Iliagnus. It's the stuff my wife and I usually go out and pick. And it's the 4 to 6 foot bunches of greenery that we get. So there's been a ton of dead-end phone calls to florists, to wedding designers, to retailers, to other farmers, just trying to figure out what's going to be the next best step. And right now, the next best step is just keep moving forward. I've called a couple of different places, and seriously, it was because of like slander that we lost that contract. The people had said that we were stealing the product. Now, you guys know that I actually go out on YouTube and show people that I'm getting the product from the wild. Anyways, to clear that up, is I had permission on somebody's land around here, and the other person that was selling got mad and started slandering our name to many wholesalers, to many florists, all in a huge district. And that really put a damper on me. I went down to Miami to learn quite a bit of how to ship, how to actually price better, and just learn the numbers of the brokers coming through from the farmers in Ecuador. Like, it's unreal how much people are spending on a rose. By unreal, on both ends, the beginning to the end, from the producer to the consumer. Imagine spending, 75 cents or 50 cents and you can get the premium rose. And then in the United States, you have to compete with that and you need $2.50. How do people do that? Like the dahlias, for instance. You can get a dahlia into the United States landed under $1 in prime time, under $1. How does a small farmer compete with that? These are some of the problems that I was struggling with. Do I keep going? Do I give up and quit? I talked to my wife about that part too. I was like, do I give up and quit on YouTube? How about the entire flower industry, everything? And so I kind of switched gears for a little bit. And I don't know if it was great regret, but I was in here with the flowers and I didn't really care if they done well. I just wanted to rip them all up or even just leave it. And then I thought about maybe I can just sell a portion of them and just get out from underneath of everything, really. So that has been the struggle. The struggle is real. For people who are wanting to become a flower farmer or just follow their own dreams, people are going to look at you crazy and say, just get a normal job. They're going to look at you crazy and say, I don't know what they're going to say really, but that's what I've been told. Just get the normal job. Just do something that's easy. Just do something that is going to support your family. Well, I am doing that. But it's really hard when you don't control the market of flowers at all. You don't. But the bright side of things, here's the bright side of things. I have found another wholesaler that I haven't done any work with, and they're willing to take everything that you see in here. Everything. And then also at my house. Now the problem is that I did have a cooler. I was considering using the farmer's market cooler, and which I still am. So, but everything in here, there's 600 plants, and I think I can get 1,200 blooms out of here. So here's the conversion of dahlias. It's supposed to be in a full mature plant. One plant equals 2 blooms per week. One plant equals 2 blooms per week. So that is supposed to be the conversion of what you should be getting out of here. Another thing that I haven't even worried about this year is trying to even propagate anything. By propagate, I mean clone. Because you can literally take the side shoots off of these things and make tons of clones. That's another video I can make. So in the next couple of weeks, maybe I can make some short videos, but I'd like to do more lives than anything, like maybe a certain night or something, just going over certain things. So, and then also, if you guys haven't been on there yet, we have a Facebook group. It's called Profitable Flower Farmers on Facebook. But anyways, back to what I was saying is like breaking the side shoots, and I can get better views and better points, but breaking the side shoots create longer stems. And let's see. Yeah, sorry, I was reading the comment there. But so putting up supports, different ways that you can support your blooms. And the aesthetics for some are a big thing. In a greenhouse, it's not so much. So the aesthetics, putting up T-posts, how far you put up T-posts in between. So those are some of the things I could do there. But yeah, look at the irrigation here. Just laying drip stakes, drip stakes. And I was lucky enough for one of the people here actually who owned that building right there. It used to be a cannabis facility, and they were growing in there. So they actually let me pull out a lot of this irrigation that is like $1.74 per hookup basically, and I would need 600 hookups, and they gave it all to me to use in here at my discretion. And you know, just to be completely honest and transparent here, I was organic in here, and I still practice and follow organic methods, but I've had some huge issues in here where I've had to bring in systemics and other things like that to be able to provide rapid relief for the plants. So anyways, that's that part. I got some cabbage growing over here in the corner. If you guys were buying curly willow from me last year, here's some of the curly willow that I was selling in the winter, and I'm growing them in bags right now. I've got some lilies right here, and then I've got some different types of hot peppers. But man, has it been a struggle this year with flower farming. Honestly, I may have said this already, but if it were not for the facts of having experience already, I would have been done. Definitely done. But I'm cleaning up around the outsides. It's starting to look like a jungle. I am cleaning up. I have been working on that. And as far as an update on life, I've been helping remodel a house with my buddies, and so that's been a little bit different for me. At this year, last year, we were already selling tons and tons of blooms. This year, at this time, we haven't sold one bloom. So that's also been another big struggle. We haven't even sold one bloom. And it's been months and months and months with input and input and input and no output. We were like, with flower farming, we were probably maybe $40,000 in the hole as of last week, but it's been going up since there, so which is pretty good for this year. But anyway, the expectations here: minimal input, which I should have been spraying and doing some other things, but the idea and likelihood was minimal input with maximum output, like $800 to $1,200, like I was saying, on the sections that you see here. This hoop house is 80 foot long and it's 30 foot wide. I think that's what it is. So that's about it. And you know, until next time, we are glad that you're with us, and thanks for watching. And we're not quitting YouTube, not at all. So if you have any questions and you're interested in talking a little bit, you can get on our email, which is windybrookridge@gmail.com. WINDYBROOKRIDGE@gmail.com. Or you can get on Instagram and follow us on Instagram, Windy Brook Ridge. Or get on Facebook. We have a Facebook page called Windy Brook Ridge. So those are some of the things that you can do. With everything that you see in here, hopefully, if everything is healthy by the end of the year, I would like to start ripping up tubers, getting pre-sales, and to make sure that they're healthy. Because look, these look amazing on this side. I don't know what happened to the other side, but anyways, until next time, guys, we appreciate everything that you guys have been doing for us, and we would love to see you on some of our live videos that we'll be producing, hopefully more consistently throughout the months. But we appreciate